Belmont Stakes. The Belmont Stakes is an American Grade I stakes race for 3-year-old thoroughbreds run at Belmont Park in Elmont, New York. Colts and geldings carry a weight of 126 pounds 57 kg. Fillies carry 121 pounds 55 kg. The race, nicknamed the Test of the Champion and the Run for the Carnations, is the traditional third and final leg of the Triple Crown. It is usually held on the first or second Saturday in June, 5 weeks after the Kentucky Derby and 3 weeks after the Preakness Stakes. The 1973 Belmont Stakes and Triple Crown winner Secretariat holds the mile-and-a-half stakes record, which is also a track and world record on dirt of 2:24. When run at 1+1/2 miles, the Belmont Stakes covers one full lap of Belmont Park, known as the championship track because nearly every major American champion in racing history has competed on the racetrack. Belmont Park, with its large, wide, sweeping turns and long homestretch, is considered one of the fairest racetracks in America. Despite the distance, the race tends to favor horses with tactical speed, relatively few winners close from far behind the early leaders. The attendance at the Belmont Stakes is among the American thoroughbred racing top attended events. The 2004 Belmont Stakes drew a television audience of 21.9 million viewers and had the highest household viewing rate since 1977, when Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown. American Pharoah won the 147th Belmont Stakes in 2015, becoming the first horse to win the Triple Crown since Affirmed in 1978. Justify won the 150th Belmont Stakes in 2018 to become the 13th Triple Crown champion. The 153rd running of the Belmont Stakes is scheduled for Saturday, June 5, 2021. History: 1867–1929, early years. The first Belmont Stakes was held at Jerome Park Racetrack in the Bronx, built in 1866 by stock market speculator Leonard Jerome 1817–1891 and financed by August Belmont Sr. 1816–1890, for whom the race was named. The first race in 1867 saw the filly Ruthless win, while the following year was won by General Duke. The race continued to be held at Jerome Park until 1890, when it was moved to the nearby facility Morris Park Racecourse. The 1895 race was almost not held because of new laws that banned bookmaking in New York. It was eventually rescheduled for November 2. 7 km2 racetrack in Elmont, New York on Long Island, just outside the New York City borough of Queens. When anti-gambling legislation was passed in New York State, Belmont Racetrack was closed, and the race was canceled in 1911 and 1912. The first winner of the Triple Crown was Sir Barton in 1919, before the series was recognized as such. In 1920, the Belmont was won by the Great Man o' War, who won by 20 lengths, setting a new stakes and American record. Starting in 1926, the winner of the Belmont Stakes has been presented with August Belmont Trophy. The owner may keep the trophy for 1 year and also receives a silver miniature for permanent use. 1932,000 evolution of the Triple Crown series. The term Triple Crown was first used when Gallant Fox won the 3 races in 1930. But the term did not enter widespread use until 1935, when his son Omaha repeated the feat. Sir Barton was then honored retroactively. Since 1931, the order of Triple Crown races has been the Kentucky Derby first, followed by the Preakness Stakes and then the Belmont Stakes. Prior to 1931, the Preakness was run before the Derby 11 times. On May 12, 1917, and again on May 13, 1922, the Preakness and the Derby were run on the same day. On 11 occasions, the Belmont Stakes was run before the Preakness Stakes. The date of each event is now set by the Kentucky Derby, which is always held on the first Saturday in May. The Preakness Stakes is currently held 2 weeks later, and the Belmont Stakes is held 3 weeks after the Preakness, 5 weeks after the Derby. The earliest possible date for the Derby is May 1, and the latest is May 7. The earliest possible date for the Belmont is thus June 5, and the latest is June 11. In 1937, War Admiral became the 4th Triple Crown winner after winning the Belmont in a new track record time of 2:28.3/5. In the 1940s, 4 Triple Crown winners followed: Whirlaway in 1941, Count Fleet in 1943, Assault in 1946, and Citation in 1948. Count Fleet won the race by a then record margin of 25 lengths. He also set a stakes record of 2:28.1/5, a record tied by Citation. In 1957, the stakes record was smashed when Gallant Man ran the Belmont in 2:26.3/5 in a year when the Triple Crown Series was split 3 ways. The Belmont Stakes race was held at Aqueduct Racetrack from 1963 to 1967, while the track at Belmont was restored and renovated. The largest crowd of the 20th century was in 1971 with over 80,000 people. However, due to a foot infection that had bothered the horse for several days, Canonero Roman II failed to win the Triple Crown when he struggled across the finish line in 4th place behind Passcatcher, ridden by Walter Blum. Despite this loss, Canonero Roman II was named the winner of the first Eclipse Award for Outstanding 3-year-old Male Horse. On June 9, 1973, Secretariat won the Belmont Stakes by 31 lengths in a record time of 2:24, becoming a Triple Crown champion, ending a 25-year gap between Citation, the Belmont and Triple Crown winner, in 1948. Secretariat's record still stands as the fastest running of the Belmont Stakes and an American record for 11/2 miles on the dirt. In 1977, Seattle Slew became the first horse to win the Triple Crown while undefeated. Affirmed was the last winner of the Triple Crown in the 20th century, taking the Belmont Stakes in 2:26.4/5 on June 10, 1978. Ridden by 18-year-old Steve Cawthon, Affirmed defeated rival Alader with Jorge Velazquez in the saddle. At the time, the race was the 3rd slowest start and the 3rd fastest finish, with the quarter in 25, the half in 50. In 1988, Secretariat's Sunrisen Star won the Belmont in 2:26.2/5. The next year, Easygoer lowered the mark for 2nd fastest time, 2:26. Easygoer also holds a Bayer speed figure of 122 for the race, the best of any Triple Crown race since these ratings were first published in 1987. 2001 present, recent years. For 3 years in a row, horses came to the Belmont Stakes with a Triple Crown on the line only to fail. In 2002, Belmont Park hosted what was then the largest crowd in its history when 103,222 saw War Emblem lose to Longshot Sarava after stumbling at the start. In 2003, 101,864 watched Funnyside finish 3rd behind Empire Maker. In 2004, the attendance record was shattered when 120,139 people saw Smarty Jones upset by Birdstone. In 2007, Rags to Riches became the first filly to win the race since Tanya in 1905. 3 more failed Triple Crown bids followed. In 2008, Big Brown lost to Tara in 2012. I'll Have Another was withdrawn due to injury, and in 2014, California Chrome was beaten by Totalist. This fueled debate about whether the series needed to be changed, for example, by lengthening the period between races. American Pharoah won the 2015 race, becoming the 12th horse in history to win the Triple Crown and the first in 37 years. The crowd that year was limited for the first time to 90,000. His time of 2:26.65 was the sixth fastest in Belmont Stakes history, and the second fastest time for a Triple Crown winner. In 2018, Justify became the 13th Triple Crown winner and only the second horse to do so while undefeated. The 152nd running of the Belmont Stakes took place without in-person fans on June 20, 2020, delayed from June 6 as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Leading to the announcement, NYRA considered various dates after evaluating the spring-summer meeting at Belmont Park and after the other three majors set their respective dates. The Kentucky Derby moving to September 5, the Preakness Stakes moving to October 3, and the Breeders' Cup Classic slated for November 7. Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York announced on May 16 that horse racing tracks statewide, including Belmont Park, would be permitted to resume races without in-person fans on June 1. The 2020 contest also marked the first time in history that the Belmont Stakes served as the Triple Crown's opening leg, with its running length shortened accordingly to 1+1/8 miles 9 furlongs, its shortest distance since 1894. Distance and race details. The Belmont Stakes has been run at 1.5 miles since 1926 except 2020, having been run at that distance in 1874–1889. The race has also been run at the following distances: 1.5 miles in 1867–1873, 1.25 miles in 1890–1892, 1895, and 1904–1905, 1.5 miles in 1893–1894, and again in 2020, and 1.3 miles from 1896 to 1903 and 1906–1925. The purse for the first running in 1867 was $1,500 added, meaning the purse was supplemented by nomination and entry fees. This made the total purse $2,500, with the winner receiving $1,850. The purse increased sharply in the Roaring Twenties, from Man o' War's earnings of $7,950 in 1920 to Gallant Foxy's take of $66,040 in 1930. Purses declined as a result of the Great Depression, with War Admiral earning only $28,020 in 1937, then began to recover. Throughout the 60s and early 70s, the value to the winner was roughly $100,000, depending on the added money generated by entry fees, larger fields, thus leading to higher prize money. The purse was repeatedly raised in the 80s and 90s, reaching $500,000 added. In 1998, the purse was changed to $1 million guaranteed, with the winner receiving $600,000. In 2014, the purse was raised to $1,500,000. With one exception, the race has been run at a level weight of 126 pounds with a 5-pound allowance for fillies since 1900. The 126 pounds comes from the English Classics, where the standard weight is 9 stone, with 1 stone equaling 14 pounds. In 1913, the Belmont was run as a handicap with the winner carrying only 109 pounds compared to the runner-up carrying 126 pounds. Races run prior to 1900 had varied weight conditions. The first post-parade in the United States was at the 14th Belmont in 1880. Before 1921, the race was run in the clockwise tradition of English racing. Since then, The race has been run in the American, or counterclockwise, direction. Because of its length, one lap around the enormous Belmont main track, most 3-year-olds are unaccustomed to the distance and lack the experience, if not the stamina, to maintain a winning speed for so long. In a long race such as the Belmont, positioning of the horse and the timing of the move to chase for the lead can be critical. Traditions. The Belmont Stakes is traditionally called the test of the champion because of its 1.5-mile length, by far the longest of the 3 Triple Crown races, and one of the longest for a first-class race in the United States on the dirt. It is also known as the Run for the Carnations because the winning horse is draped with a blanket of white carnations after the race, in similar fashion to the blanket of roses and black-eyed Susans for the Derby and Preakness, respectively. The winning owner is ceremonially presented with the Silver Winner's Trophy, designed by Paulding Farnham for Tiffany and Company. It was first presented to August Belmont Jr. in 1896 and donated by the Belmont family for annual presentation in 1926. Despite the fact that the Belmont Stakes is the oldest of the Triple Crown races, its traditions have been more subject to change. Until 1996, the post-parade song was "The Sidewalks of New York." From 1997 to 2009, the song was changed to broadcast a recording by Frank Sinatra of the theme from New York in an attempt to appeal to younger fans. In 2010, the song was changed to Jay-Z's Empire State of Mind, sung by Jasmine V, before reverting to theme from New York from 2011 through the present. This tradition is similar to the singing of the state song at the post-parades of the first 2 Triple Crown races, "My Old Kentucky Home" at the Kentucky Derby and "Maryland, My Maryland" at the Preakness Stakes. The change of song gave rise to the myth of Mammy O'Rourke, a reference to a character in the lyrics of "The Sidewalks of New York." Before American Pharoah won the Triple Crown in 2015, some claimed that changing the official Belmont song cursed the Triple Crown and was why no horse had won since Affirmed in 1978. Others note that there was no Triple Crown winner between 1979 and 1996, even though Sidewalks was still played. Along with the change of song in 1997, the official drink was also changed from the White Carnation to the Belmont Breeze. The New York Times reviewed both cocktails unfavorably, calling the Belmont Breeze a significant improvement over the nigh undrinkable White Carnation, despite the fact that it tastes like a refined trash can punch. In 2011, the Belmont Breeze was again changed to the current official drink known as the Belmont Jewel. While the origin of the White Carnation as the official flower of the Belmont Stakes is unknown, traditionally, pure white carnations stand for love and luck. It takes approximately 700 select carnations imported from Colombia to create the 40-pound blanket draped over the winner of the Belmont Stakes. The Naira has long used the Pennock Company, a wholesale florist based in Philadelphia, to import the carnations used for the mantle. Broadcasting history. From 1986 until 2005, the Triple Crown television rights comprised a single package. In late 2004, the New York Racing Association withdrew from that agreement to negotiate independently. As a result of this, NBC, who was the rights holder for all 3 events, was only able to keep its broadcast rights to the Kentucky Derby and Preakness Stakes. ABC regained the rights to the Belmont Stakes as part of a 5-year contract that expired following the 2010 race. NBC has since regained the rights to the race through 2020. CBS Sports 1960–1985. ABC Sports 1986–2000. NBC Sports 2001–2005, 2011–2020. ESPN on ABC 2006–2010. Records. Speed record. 2:24 flat. Secretariat 1973, 1+1/2 miles. Secretariat also holds the fastest 1/2, 3/4, 1 and 11/4 mile fractions in Belmont history. 2:14. 20-man O-War 1920, 1/3/8 miles. 2:56 flat. Harry Bassett 1871, 1/5/8 miles. 1:46. 53 'Tis the Law 2020, 1/1/8 miles. 2:6. 60 Delhi 1904, 1+1/4 miles. Biggest margin of victory. 31 lengths. Secretariat 1973. 25 lengths. Count Fleet 1943. 20 lengths. Man O-War 1920. Most wins by a jockey. 6 Jim McLaughlin 1882, 1883, 1884, 1886, 1887, 1888. 6 Eddie R. Caro 1941, 1942, 1945, 1948, 1952, 1955. Most wins by a trainer. 8 James G. Rowe Sr. Most wins by an owner. 6 Belair Stud 1930, 1932, 1935, 1936, 1939, 1955. 6 James R. King 1879, 1901, 1904, 1907, 1908, 1910. Trivia. Only James G. Rowe Sr. and George M. Odom have won the Belmont Stakes as both jockey and trainer. On June 5, 1993, Thoroughbred Racing's all-time leading female jockey Julie Crone came the first woman to win a Triple Crown race when she rode to victory in the Belmont Stakes aboard Colonial Affair. In 1984, Sarah Lundy became the first female trainer to saddle a horse in the Belmont Stakes, sending out Minstrel Star, who finished 11th. The 2004 race had the biggest attendance in the park's history with 120,139. Sarah, at odds of 71, upset War Emblem's bid for the Triple Crown. Braulio Biza has the distinction of winning 3 Belmont Stakes over 3 different surfaces. He won in his Belmont Stakes debut on 65-1 Long Shot Sherlock in 1961 at the old Belmont Park, won in 1963 on Chateauguay when the race was run at Aqueduct, and won in 1969 on Arts and Letters at the new Belmont Park. Prior to the 2016 running, bay horses had the most victories with 56. Chestnuts were close behind with 54 wins, followed by 33 dark bay/browns. Only 3 gray/roan horses had won Belmer in 1895, Native Dancer in 1953, and High Echelon in 1970. In 2016, gray horses swept the top 3 positions. 14 Belmont Stakes winners have sired at least one Belmont winner. Leading this list is Man O-War, who sired 3 subsequent winners: American Flag, Crusader, and Triple Crown winner War Admiral. 23 horses missed their chance at a Triple Crown by not winning the Belmont. 8 of these finished second: Pensive 1944, Tim Tam 1958, Forward Pass 1968, Majestic Prince 1969, Sunday Silence 1989, Silver Charm 1997, Real Quiet 1998, and Smarty Jones 2004. 5 finished third, Northern Dancer 1964, Spectacular Bid 1979, Pleasant Colony 1981, Charismatic 1999, and Funny Side 2003. 4 finished fourth, Quai King 1966, Canonero Roman II 1971, Alasheba 1987, and California Chrome 2014. Carryback 1961 finished 7th, War Emblem 2002 finished 8th, and Big Brown 2008 did not finish. Finally, 3 Derby/Preakness winners did not race in the Belmont: Burgoo King 1932, Bold Venture 1933, and I'll Have Another 2012. Fillies in the Belmont. Only 23 fillies have run in the Belmont, 3 of which have won. 1867 Ruthless, 1905 Tanya, 2007 Rags to Riches. This gives them a respectable 13% win rate when entered. For context, 3 fillies have won the Kentucky Derby while 6 have won the Preakness Stakes. On average, fillies have won between 2% and 3% of the Triple Crown races, with similar numbers for geldings, while about 95% of these races have been won by colts. The last filly as of November 2017 to run in the Belmont was in 2013 when Unlimited Budget ran 6 behind the winner Palace Malice. Foreign-born winners: 1874 Saxon, 1898 Bolingbroke, 1917 Hourless, 1918 Joran, 1957 Gallant Man, 1958 Cavan, 1960 Celtic Ash, 1990 Go and Go, 1998 Victory Gallop. Winners: Note: timed to the 1/4 second 1867 to 1901 and 1903, and to the 1/5 second in 1902 and from 1904 to 1991. Decimal timing to the nearest 1/100 is now used, though race calls and many charts still use fifths. Explanatory notes.